Okay, I do believe I am going. First of all, I just think that boogers have a sense of humor, and I've thought this for a while. Last night, something happened that really, really makes me think that they do. And, I've talked about it with other people. We've talked about it in chat. We think it's the young ones that's messing around here at night. And I'm going to play this for you, and you can just listen to this part here.
It sounded like it was on top of it. Holy crap. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? Stay, Ma! Aishi!
Okay, that last part, well, I figured it out. Last night we thought they had knocked something over. Well, they actually threw the bear, which I think is pretty cool. They threw the bear. And then I say, what was that? If you go back and listen to it, and it's in the timestamps down there, if you go back and listen to it, they are laughing. They're laughing. Even after I talked, I reacted to him laughing. I was saying something like, what is that, or whatever. And then I said something, and you can hear him laughing. It's getting further away. And I recommend headphones for it if you're listening to it or whatever. And check it out. I mean, it's just, I think they've got a sense of humor. Also, somebody asked me a question today about the bear. Down here in the description, I need to make a playlist, I guess, of it because I guess this is going to be an ongoing thing. The bear is still there right now. I checked whenever I got home, and right now the bear is there. So there's that. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's down under. Lori, Sue, Kathina, Trixie, Tim. How y'all doing tonight? But when you're watching these live streams, and this is just what I've noticed, whenever I'm talking or something's happening, like on my phone, let's go with one of my live streams, whenever I got the phone outside, if something happens, we hear noise. YouTube is now posting a live stream. All this over here is being posted on the video, and you can watch for us to hear the noises. And I realize the noises aren't as good whenever it's uploaded to YouTube as it was whenever it's happening live. I mean, it just degrades the quality of the noises. And I'm going to try to work on some kind of way to pull that out because I thought that was so cool last night, especially now that I know what was going on. That then I think what they did was toss it up, and I actually think there's two of them. One of them tossed the bear up there, made a noise. I don't know if he meant to hit that stuff on purpose or what, but then the other one that was up around the garden, it was toward the front of the house or up around the garden, laughed. I mean, it laughed. Go back and listen to it. Like I said, you have to use headphones, and the noise is degraded. And I'm going to try to figure out a way to bring some of these noises out. But yeah, I think they've got a sense of humor, and it's pretty cool. Now, I do think that they can get angry. Like, I'm going to put this out there, for instance, the one that Tracy did, Bigfoot Sasquatch Outlaw, the one video he did where he had all the noises. Now, that's either a person's doing that or a booger. It's one or the other. Has to be. And I don't think Tracy's the type of guy that would try to hoax or lie or anything like that. It's always possible somebody else came up there. I seen down in the comments somebody was saying that they heard cars and whatever. Well, if you go back and listen, you hear cars all through. You hear trains and cars. What you didn't hear though is a car door shutting. Also, what you didn't hear is listen to Tracy whenever he gets to an area. All right, he's like any of us. We're kind of out of shape. Plus, he smokes, so he's out of breath whenever he gets to an area, and that's just what it is. So if he would have got up there, you would have heard some huffing and puffing. These things, these things, uh, I don't know. Whenever it sounded like they got mad, like beating on a tree with the sticks. Maybe mentioned they only heard 2 or 3 knocks at a time, and that's all I've ever heard at a time. I've never heard that before. Never. However, I think it was a youngster there with an older one because it kind of sounded like it got scolded in his scream whenever it hit the camera or whatever. And I think they was mad because the camera was there. So there's that. They're kind of like Lady in the Woods calls them brats, and that's a good description of them. They're like little kids that try to get away with something and they have a sense of humor. If they don't get their way or they see something that they don't like, they throw a fit. I've heard them throw a fit here. I wish I could have got it recorded. And it was literally going kind of like what they did in Tracy's video. So yeah, there's that. And a couple of people's been saying stuff about putting a camera in the Care Bear. All right, number one, it's not a Care Bear, and I know I mess up and I say it too. But the Care Bears are totally different. The Care Bear is a little tiny 2-inch doll. This one's a big stuffed doll. Care Bear's a little tiny plastic one. There's two different bears. I haven't seen the Care Bears since this went missing. But people's been asking me to put a camera in it, and I'm not doing it. Sorry. I mean, I'm not doing nothing sneaky. Maybe in 2 years, whenever I don't care if I run them off or not. I don't think that'll ever happen. But I'm not going to do anything sneaky because you do that, and they're going to be, they're not going to fool around. They don't like that. They just don't. And it's not just my opinion. It's happened to other people. Look at what happened to Snow White. So yeah, I'm not going to do nothing sneaky. If I do something like I put up my cameras or my lights, I'm going to put it out for everybody to see. Everybody's going to know it's there. I've got motion detectors down there that don't seem to bother them. That motion detector goes off a lot, so much so that I turn it off sometimes. Well, it's off right now, matter of fact. But yeah, I'm not doing nothing sneaky. I'm not putting any cameras in a dog. That might be a good idea to do somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe I could put the doll back up at the graveyard. It's still out there, but I'm just having fun doing what I'm doing now. I don't want to change a whole lot of things. They don't, I try to take all this slow. So, and Tim, you was one of them that mentioned the camera. You ought to know better than that, Tim. But yeah, I'm going to look into other things. Like I need to figure out these security cameras to see if I can get I like to get a 24-hour live stream going. And I know, people are not going to sit around and watch it, but there might be a couple people that get on there and watch it here and there, and maybe we'll catch something around the house. And I think it'd be pretty cool. But yeah, let's. I've got 4 security cameras here, and one of them I'm going to move from the front of the house, I'm sorry, the one side of the house, because it's not really picking up anything that would be boogery. And I got one pointed up toward the hillside, but we'll see how that happens. I'm also wanting to figure out if there's a way, like if I get my FLIR, it don't throw off infrared or anything. It's just seeing heat signatures. I would like to live stream with that one night, or a few nights if it works. If I can somehow rig it up to my laptop so we can see what's going on. And it would be great to do it whenever I'm outside, so I can move the camera around and look. So a lot of times they'll be out there, and whenever I'm sitting out there, whenever it's warm weather. So yeah, it would be cool to use the FLIR. It I think it's pretty cool that y'all come in and join me, and everyone can listen to everything that's going on here real time, and as I go. And, you got everything else work, and then keeping up around the house. And this winter has absolutely ruined me. This is the worst part of the year right now for me. I don't even want, like today. I didn't even want to go out into the cold. It got cold. It's been snowing again. Man, I'm just done with it. It's aggravating. Which around August I'll be griping about how hot it is, and I'm ready for fall. Which I'm always ready for fall or spring. Those are my favorites. But it just builds on you. People get cabin fever. You know, I still go out. Man, I can't get out and do stuff like I want to. I can't wait to get in my garden and dig it up, and work myself, all that. But hello, Becky, Todd, Trixie. Y'all just popped in. Christy, Annette. Why won't this let me scroll up? That's odd. Not let me do anything. They aren't apes. I don't. Yeah, I don't think they're apes either. I mean, I don't know. They're just highly intelligent. You know, they do stuff to mess with me. They move stuff. Last night, I mean, go back and listen to that. And I talked through some of it, and I need to learn to keep my mouth shut whenever I hear stuff like that. But I didn't realize at the time that's what it was. They was laughing at me, or laughing at the other one for making the noise. I don't know. Maybe the other one slipped or something. Who knows? But they're all times moving stuff and just this capture the Care Bear has become a game. It's out there. It's out there still yet. I put it up before I went to work. It's still out there, so they ain't moved it. Who knows? I just got home about not even 30 minutes ago. Had to work a little bit late tonight, so we'll see how the bear goes. So, anybody got any questions? Like I said, I've got these in order too. It's the chronological order of whenever I first found the bear at the graveyard. Brought it back here. It went missing. I found up the tree. It went missing again, and now it showed back up. Had to grab my tea. Okay, guys. Well, I guess that's it for now. If there's no questions, so yeah, I definitely think they've got a sense of humor. Last night was just wild. They're during the live streams. I can actually hear them after I talk. You can tell. My voice sounds like I'm in a box, and I can hear them, but it's not as I don't know. It's not as loud. I'm not sure if they're whispering it or if they're just further away, or I don't know. I'm not going to woo freaky. I mean, do they have you know? Is that their language? Do they have a language? I've heard the African bush talk. Are they just mimicking? Or maybe it's all the above. I just got it. But he's talking. I can't remember the channel's name. Uh, Mountain Beast something, maybe entertainment, something like that. Anyway, they posted me a link to his video, and he's talking about starting a Patreon account, and he gets 2,000 subscribers or 2,000 patrons or whatever, and I forgot how much it was and all that. But anyway, it's a pretty good chunk of money if he does get that. And, that's what we need. We need somebody to do this full time, to get an area where there's definitely active and to do it full time. And he's talking about walking around in the Rocky Mountains somewhere and doing it. And I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that he said that I, kind of don't agree with. Like, he's talking about people going out and doing vocals and making knocks and stuff like that. And, that's all well and fine. Whatever works for you. You got to figure out what works for you. And just taking video, and he's talking about going out and finding a skull or bones or anything like that, which is great. If I was to find something like that, then I would definitely get it. I joke and I carry on about poking stuff with a stick and stuff like that. But if I ever found something that I thought for sure was a piece of a booger, like hair or a skull or a tooth or something like that, daggum right, I'd get that. And I know people. I know a few people that's been in this game for a lot longer than I have, and they would have contacts, and it's people that I trust. So I would definitely, say, man, I think I found something. Like if I found a skull, man, of course, people's always keeping their eyes out for that. I mean, how many cases have I checked this year? At least a dozen. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm looking for stuff like that too. I don't think, I don't, I reckon everybody is. Why wouldn't you look for that stuff while you're out there? So, yeah, there's that. Or like, Jeff Freeman. I watch his videos. I like his videos. I think he's pretty honest. As long as somebody's honest, and I'll watch them. As soon as they try to pull a fast one, if he could, I think I totaled it up and I made a comment on there and I put down something along the lines, and I think it was 48,000 a year. Shoot, yeah, pay me $48,000 a year. I'll quit my job and go boogering full time. You know what I'm saying? Heck, it's more than what I make now. Yeah, I mean, well, and Becky, I guarantee you know how hard bones are to find. I found deer bones and stuff like that from fresh kills and some cow bones and stuff like that. I think I found a coyote carcass here recently. But Mother Nature takes care of stuff like that. It ain't gonna be out in the woods very long. You got you got birds, critters, bugs, everything that eats them, drags off the bones, all that. So yeah, they're hard to find. Yep, the bear. And like I said, you can rewatch this video. Like I said, all this down here is the bear videos. That bear, all that, and it tripped me out. Them laughing. I've listened to it. I'll probably listen to it again with my headset. I listen to it at work and show the guy I work with. He knows I've got him down here. My boss does, and he won't even go hunting until it gets daylight here. Hello, Nella. But yeah, I mean, there's bears around here. I've never found bears around here. There's cats around here. Never found them. It's rare to find deer bones. So yeah, it's hard to find bones of known animals. I mean, it's just next time you go out, look for a bone. I mean, I'm not saying you can't find them. Of course you can. They don't stay out there very long. That's for sure. Something will drag them off. Post a link to that guy's video because I think he seems like a good, honest guy. I didn't even know about him, and he apparently, he had shoot all kinds of. He had over 10,000 subscribers, so he must be doing something right. Antlers are hard to find too. I mean, you've got animals that uh, rodents eat the antlers for the calcium in it, or whatever minerals. So they're hard to find too. I mean, yeah, deer bones are probably you find more of them than anything. So there's that. Got it well around here. And I cannot say that they bury their dead until I find evidence of it. Yeah, all different animals would. Like I said, groundhogs, squirrels, chipmunks, all that will eat, chew on bones and antlers. Hello, Sue. Yeah, while I'm doing this, if one of my live videos, look over here in the chat. It is delayed, probably. When did I say this right now? Somebody comment right now when I'm talking about this, and we'll see what the delay is. don't know. Apparently, there's a 25-second delay. Nobody heard my comment. But anyway, there's a delay on here. Yeah, I'm not sure what. 15-second delay. I was watching the timer, but nobody said anything. Good looking out, guys. All right, now. Patricia, I was talking about the delay. All right, so 15 seconds, about 14, 15 seconds. So, whenever that happens and you hear somebody say whoop or knock or whatever, you know to go over here on the video, go back 15 seconds and listen for it. Now, I've got good people in here. I don't see her in here tonight, but Cece's really good about finding stuff in my videos. Trying to talk her into doing her own channel and going over all the audio. I mean, audio is a lot of work, and there's some good stuff to it. But my problem with audio is unless you see what's doing it, I mean, you can't. It's very hard to prove. I just don't know. Like the noise last night. I don't know of anything else that's going to throw a stuffed teddy bear. So that kind of backs up what happened last night. Yeah, I think I got more than a 5-second delay. I'm going to say Bigfoot here in a minute. I'll hear in a few seconds, and then you tell me when you hear it. Bigfoot. So 15 seconds then. Well, I mean, does Desert Sasquatch dig them up? And I know, people say that they find them. They don't dig them up because of respect and all that, which is all well and fine. You let me find one to see what happens. I mean, I can call. There's all kinds of mounds around here too that I could say that was Bigfoot graves, but that's not what I think they are. Exactly. And I'm not saying nothing against the guy. I mean, I haven't watched a whole lot of his videos, but from what I understand, he's a pretty honest guy. But I don't watch a whole lot of anybody's videos, just to be honest with you, because I don't want to. I don't want my thoughts to be diverted from what I'm seeing. Any suggestions that I'm not seeing. I'm only trying to document what I see and share that, and I'll throw in a few of my opinions on what I think. But they may come to get you, but I'm not JD. I don't trust that guy at all. They may come to get you, but I mean, if I knew for sure that's what it was, then yeah. I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of his videos. I have watched a couple, and I like his videos. Don't get me wrong. The Desert Sasquatch guys, I do like his videos. But I mean, the other guy, whenever you post, go watch Thicker Thunker's breakdown video. All right, on that guy. I mean, then anybody that tells me that they're Bigfoot control all the Bigfoot, there's something wrong with them there. You're not in it. I have no idea, Chrissy. That's what I'm saying. If I knew that, then I'd dig it up. I mean, I ain't gonna lie about it because I want to know. Yeah, I mean, I seen that breakdown too. Bigfoot Tony did one on it too. That's what tipped me off was Bigfoot Tony's breakdown. And then I was also in that group, and he posted a pic in there of his buddy, and he started talking about all the mind speak and his Bigfoot control all of them and all that. So yeah, Kentucky taxpayer. Me too, brother. Oh, you missed it, Patricia. You were not here last night. You can go back and watch the videos. There's especially the end of it was the best. And see, she's got timestamps on it. So yeah, I mean, I definitely want to know. I want to know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But who knows what would happen even if I dug up a bone and it was a good bone and had DNA on it. You know, like I've talked about this before. L.A. Marzulli and I think his name was Brian Forrester. They found all the skulls down in Peru, the elongated skulls down in Peru, and their DNA came back unknown and mixed with folks from the uh, Middle East and the Caucasian regions over there in Europe. I don't think they know how to do fires. I've never seen any evidence of that. But and then you've got the Ketchum thing, and you know that was dogged, and everybody's crying fake this, fake that, and blah blah blah. Mainly because she did started her own journal because she couldn't get it peer reviewed or whatever. What it's boiling down to is the government don't want this knowledge out there. You'd have to do all this stuff secret. I mean, no, I don't know. It's a shame. Nobody wants to take it serious. The government's not going to take it serious. You know, most of these scientists and big universities, they all get government grants, so they're not going to take it serious. Later, I believe, you know, I've never had any type of woo happen here, so I can't speak to that. You might be right. I don't know. But I just find it odd that, you know, that I've never experienced it. Other people I know that, that I've known for a while now haven't experienced it. Like, for instance, the lady in the woods, she has talked about the orbs. I don't know, I've talked about this before. And, you know, I'm sure she did see them. But who knows if they was related or not. I think they just like messing with me. The Bigfoot. Maybe they eat their dead. I mean, I just don't know. That's, you know, that's the problem. You know, they found giants all over the world and all over this country. Giants. I mean, we're talking about 15-foot tall giants. The Smithsonian got a hold of them. And the rumor is, you know, they're definitely hidden. The rumor is they dumped them all out in the ocean because it don't fit their silly model of evolution. My property is 200 acres, but the MK Davis talked about. I can't remember. I'm thinking it's around the Lovelock Caves or whatever. They had they had skulls in there in a museum close to there, and now they're gone. They're not on display. What happens to them? You know what's going on here? Yeah, they just disappeared. Do a Google search of pictures of people digging up giant skeletons. Now, some of them are fake. All right, you have to use your own discernment. Not Patricia, but a lot of them's real. I mean, back in the early 1900s, late 1800s. There's all kinds of pictures and newspaper articles about them. Shoot, our presidents have talked about them. Exactly, Tater. You know, they're teaching people in school that evolution's real and that the Earth is millions of billions of years old, and it's not. And giants did not fit in there. Bigfoot does not fit in there. So let's not talk about that. You know, I don't know if they were Nephilim or not. I'm talking about the giants or Bigfoot. I don't know if Bigfoot's Nephilim. I don't think they are. However, you know, we as humans are degrading. Back whenever Adam and Eve, Noah, and all that bunch was around, they were a lot taller than us. Men are shrinking and living uh, less longer as time goes on. You look at some of these things like the pyramids or Pumo Punko or whatever it's called, and some of we can't even do that today. What's going on here? I think we've lost a lot of our knowledge. Something happened. Yeah, I do too, Tater. We're degrading. I mean, we're not what we used to be. We're just now learning a bunch of stuff that I think that we knew before, but we lost it. Zeno, yeah, I mean, maybe. Yeah, do a Google search of giants and see what and the government. This whole Bigfoot deal. Bigfoot wasn't real 5 years ago, and then it was real 4 years ago, and I'm talking about for me. Well, then stuff kept happening, and I found out for sure 2 years ago that it was real. And I tell you what really done for me, the Bigfoot started it out, and then this last election we had, and all the lies and all the just crazy stuff that happened. And then I got online and I started doing research into other things, and I'm still learning. I mean, I don't have the answers, and I don't like to talk about it much because I'm still learning. But if you look at Adam and Eve and Noah, and the days of Noah, and what was going on then, and you look at it through, well, giants were real. I mean, this stuff is really going on. Read the Old Testament again. It takes a whole new meaning. That's why God destroyed the earth with the flood, because of all the corruption going on. I've listened to a few of the Cryptid Brothers. Yeah, you're right about that, Tanner. Actually, our generations are. It it all depends on like the food and stuff. Like if you get a socialist country and they starve their people out, like let's take North Korea versus South Korea. Then people's on average 5 to 6 inches shorter in North Korea than they are in South Korea, or even look at Venezuela. It all depends on the environment and if you're getting fed. Like back in the day, people wasn't eating as good as we are now, so we might be growing a little bit taller than them or whatever. But yeah, throughout the big picture, we're half the size of what people used to be. Yeah, Becky, I was just talking. That was my story. 5 years ago, it wasn't around for me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe in it 5 years ago, but 4 years ago, I did. Whenever stuff started happening here. But as I think about it, I'll have memories of things that happened in the past, and now that I know Bigfoot's real, then that explains it. What happened? Absolutely, Kimmy. And it's the elite. They want the population to be under what 500 million or whatever it is, I mean, they put it out there for us to see. Look at the Georgia Guidestones. Look that up, and you tell me that's not some bad mojo there. Yeah, well, they ought to eat a little bit of meat. Not sure I could trust somebody who don't eat meat. Yeah, I've heard about that, Katrina. I think that's the ones I've watched actually. Georgia Guidestones. Look up Georgia Guidestones. Here, I'll do it for you. Oops. Yeah. Maintain humanity under 500 million. All right, there's like I don't know how many's on the earth now. And some of this stuff sounds nice, but how they going to what's the how they going to do it? The Georgia Guidestones. Check that out. Pretty wild stuff. No, 5 years ago, if you would have told me Bigfoot, I would have said, well, I guess it could be possible. But do they live here on the farm? No. I mean, I'm just telling you, if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would have said no. I hadn't watched the first YouTube video on it. I'd seen, stuff like Monster Quest and finding Bigfoot and stuff like that, which watching finding Bigfoot kind of makes you think that they really ain't real. But anyway, I did like the Monster Quest. I wish they still doing that. 7 million plus in the USA. Yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6, 7 billion in the world. Yes, absolutely genocide, and the ones that's wanting to do is the elite, and they want to keep just enough around for their slaves. 7 billion. See, man, I'm smart. I knew I'd seen that somewhere. Of course, I said what 5, 6, 7, so I could have been 2 billion off. So that's not too smart, right? Okay, I'll check it out. Are you talking about the Ohio folks? Well, my first encounter happened whenever I was a kid, but I didn't know that's what it was back then. And I've had a couple since then. But the first thing that really made me think was, that they was real. And stuff had happened. A lot of stuff had happened before this, and kind of got me thinking, well, what is that? Because it wasn't no known critter. But one night something screamed. It's just like a terrible banshee scream. It's like, "Ah!" And then, I mean, I could feel it. It was so loud, and it happened right up here behind the house. But after that, after it just like, ah! Who? not like an owl. It didn't sound like an owl at all. I mean, it scared me. I went in, got my spotlight, my shotgun, all that. Didn't know, I thought, well, what the heck is that? A big cat up there with the retarded owl beside of it or something? The next day I walked up there and I found my first huge track. And that's what got me thinking, well, maybe I ought to call somebody and check on this a little bit closer. I'll have to check that out. If anybody's got a link, post it in the chat or send it to me or something. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this was the craziest screaming. Like I was talking about finding Bigfoot a while ago, it kind of sounded like that chick that's on there, Renee. Uh, that one scream that she does, but a lot louder and longer than that. And it was just, I mean, it literally went on for 10 seconds, which is a long time for something to scream at you. Then the owl, they're very good at mimicking owls, and I've had a lot of owl mimics. But I mean, it was literally like I just did, who, just like that. Yeah, that's why I call it a banshee scream. I mean, it's crazy sounding. I was thinking, well, what does it? I mean, I would check. We got computers at work, and I'll go on break times or whatever, and go online and listen to different animal sounds. I've heard bobcats scream around here. Mountain lions, I've never really heard them, but I've seen traces of them. Oh, sissy, and none of those matched it at all. No, what episode is it, Todd? I don't think you can post a link on the live chat. I believe only the moderators can do that. I mean, is there an episode number? Or just, I guess Ohio Tech will probably work. Yeah, y'all can go back and check out last night's live stream. Sissy's got the timestamps. Whenever the thing, what we thought was something falling over, it was actually the bear getting tossed up there. And then it laughed at me. One of them did. I think there's two of them, at least two of them out there last night. Did not find any tracks today. Like I said, I didn't get out till it was about time to go to work. Cause man, I'm so over this cold weather. I don't want to get out in it. I gotta go out and freeze all day at work, and I'm tired of it. 413. Thank you. Yeah, unless you got a wrench, I don't think you can post links on here. But 413 will work. I'll listen to that tonight because they had an interesting story. All right, good deal. Yeah, Chrissy, I think we've got a respectful relationship. I don't know. Yeah, hi, lady. Yeah, I think only the moderators can post it. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna stop this one. Probably walk out. Maybe we can listen for a little bit, see if anything happens tonight. Like I said, the Care Bear wasn't, or the Care. I wish I wouldn't call it the Care Bear. The stuffed bear is still out there. It was whenever I got home, and I don't know if they're back now or not. I mean, it would actually be more unusual for them to be here, what, 3 nights in a row. But maybe they're close by and want to come by and play. There you go, lady. And I'll go out and we'll take a listen for a while. I'm not really expecting much tonight, but you never know. These things are totally unpredictable. That's for sure. Every time I think I got them figured out, they show me different. So that's that. I appreciate y'all. What was that? Oh, I appreciate y'all coming by and listening to me ramble on. But I thought that was pretty cool of them laughing. I mean, they did something and they thought it was funny, so they have a sense of humor. You know, Bear and Coomba always talked about them counting coup. I guess that counts right there as it. So pretty cool. All right, I'm going to end this one. I'm going to go out and we'll do a live listen tonight. See if anything's going on outside. Uh, so that's that. Thank y'all for stopping by. God bless. Have a good night.